a wonderful day. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. And it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. So early in the evening. All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My powers and my sea bandits. How are you guys doing today? On Sunday, October 4th, 2020. It's a beautiful day, folks. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. I'm going to put my stuff over here, and it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day in Tampa. It's the beautiful day in the neighborhood. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Shouts out to the Bens and the Pirates. Welcome to BucosLocker. Welcome. All my pirates and my sea bandits. How y'all doing? Y'all feeling good out there? I know y'all feeling good. I'm feeling good right now. Watching the Eagles and the 49ers relaxing. Chilling, calm, cool, and collected today. My blood pressure was up a little bit earlier in the first half. But we about to talk in my Mr. Rogers voice. R.I.P. R.I.H. But we about to have a nice locker room conversation. So let me give some shout outs to the chat room real quick. Who's in the chat room? If you're in the chat room, give me a shout out. Throw your deuces up. Al Robinson, shouts out to you. Kent Jackson, salute to you. Nocturnal Tech Talk. Christopher Simmons. Bucs Fan 26, Frank Johnson. Gally Buck. Fable Shooter, Sandoval 813, Jonathan Jackson, Taurus Bell, Aquamegalodon, Jordan Scott, William Rogers. Shouts out to you. Peace, may all be well. X Crunch Time. May the force be with you. Bucs Gang 101. Shouts out to you. Harold. What's up, man? I see you back in the chat room again. That's right, folks. I'm watching the highlights of the Bucs and Chargers. And Taylor two halves, folks. It's a Taylor two halves. We got to be able to put a game together. We about to talk. We got to talk. The tale of two halves. The Bucs win 38-31. As I called it, a W for the Bucs. The score's quite high. I called it 31-17. The Bucs win 38-31. I didn't think it was going to be this high scoring. But anyway, let's get to it. The Chargers came in with a little surprise there. I mean, I was not expecting to see this here. I clearly did not expect the Chargers to play like this. But we got to talk about the good first. Let's talk about the good. I want to give a huge shout out. And I know I've always talked about a couple of players, right? And one particular player. He played a good game. Number 76. Still don't like him, but I give credit where it's due. Number 76 played a good game. Yes, it was against the Chargers pass rush without Melvin Ingram. Okay, I get it. That's cool. But he played a decent game. He played a good game. So I give credit where it's due. But I need to see more. I need to see more from 76. Because once you start playing better, I will call you by your name. Damian Street, what's up, man? Tony, what up? Jay Ellis. Also, I would like to give a shout out to Ronald Jones. A special shout out to Ronald Jones. You know, I've been talking about Ronald Jones a lot as far as my expectations for Ronald Jones. He had a really good game today. He ran with purpose. 20 carries for 111 yards, 5.5 yards a carry. He had some drops now, but I still got to give him credit where it's due. Another 100-yard game. That's 2 in the first 4 weeks of the season. We had 3 in the last 4 years. You got to give a shout out to the running game. You got to give a shout out to Ronald Jones running hard, running tough, running with a purpose. That's what we want to see. He took advantage of the situation. Leonard Fournette hurt. Ronald Jones took advantage of the situation. We want to see consistency from Ronald Jones. He's not a bad player, folks. I told y'all this. He's a nice guy. He's a good player. We got to see more consistency, especially in the catching game. He had like 4 drops. The boy just can't catch. That's a problem. I don't know if he's trustworthy in key situations catching the ball. That's a problem. But he came through on the ground. I like that. He ran tough. He ran hard. Keep doing what you do. And also, I got to give a shout out to Keyshawn Vaughn. He came in the game with a couple of decent plays. Now, y'all know how I feel about Keyshawn Vaughn. But once again, I give shout out where it's due. What up, Malcolm? Aaron? I give shout out where it's due. True Buck fan. I give shout out where it's due. I have no problem giving guys their due when they do good. Y'all know this. And a big shout out to Tristan Wirfs. See, Jensen and Ali Marpet, I don't have to give them a shout out because they always play consistently good. But Tristan Wirfs, this dude had a lot of blocks on Joey Bosa one-on-one. His athleticism is going to be a huge plus for this O-line. We can do more things as the season go along. We can start leaving Tristan out there on one-on-ones with top pass rushers. He is holding his own. Tristan is holding his own. This dude is doing a great job of blocking some top-level pass rushers, and you cannot deny that. He had a little bit of help here and there. They kind of slid protection in certain plays to make sure Bosa was blocked. But I've seen a lot of plays, Bosa was getting blocked one-on-one by Tristan, and Tristan was neutralizing him. And his biggest asset was his athleticism, his feet. The dude got left tackle feet. He's going to be a stud left tackle. He has left tackle feet. You can see it plain as day. Right tackle is too easy for him. It's too easy. He don't give up sacks. He's getting better in the run blocking. He's damn gone good in pass blocking. We got a super chat already. Honestly, I'm surprised how the O-line played today. Even 76 played well. Yes, 76 played well. The O-line played well today. But Tristan Wirfs gets a huge shout out. Huge shout out. Because this dude can actually block. He's the cornerstone for this offensive line. He needs to be a left tackle. He has left tackle written all over his name. He has Pro Bowl. He has a Pro Bowl sign for the next 10 years. He has All Pro for the next 10 years. Dude can actually play. His footwork. Go back and watch the game. Just watch some of the highlights. His footwork is crazy. His athleticism is really helping him go against athletic pass rushers. Can you imagine him on the left side? We don't have to worry about anything on the left side once he moves to the left side. Once he moves to the left side, it's going to be booked, signed, and sealed at left tackle for the first time in 20 years. Well, Donald Payne was pretty good, but once Tristan gets to the left tackle, he will be our best left tackle ever. Well, Paul Gruber was pretty good, but you get what I'm going with this. As long as the Bucs keep doing what they got to do, keep drafting good O-linemen like that, we're going to be good for a long time with that style of O-lineman. Keep doing the job, Bruce Arians. As long as you're here, keep drafting O-linemen. What else? I gotta give a shout out to Tom Brady too. Started out real sketchy in the first half. I'm gonna get to that in a second, but in the second half, Tom, terrific, played lights out. I told y'all, I have no problem giving you a hard time. I know I have no problem calling you out. But if you play good, I'm going to give you your just due. Tom Brady played a hell of a game in the second half. For some strange reason, just woke up. But we'll get into details about that. I'm just giving my shout outs to the game balls. The BucosLocker, we're in the locker room giving out game balls. And there's a lot of them to get out. So shouts out to Tom Brady for stepping up, playing like he's supposed to play, a top 10 quarterback, top 12, top 10 quarterback. That's how you're supposed to play. I don't care if it was the Chargers. I don't care. I don't care if it was a beat-up Chargers defense. It is what it is. It's just the way the story goes. You have to win games like this. You have to take advantage of games like this. These are winnable games. These are guaranteed. If you play like you're supposed to play, like you played in the second half, guaranteed. Now, let me keep going down the list. There's a lot of shout outs. And it's mostly second half shout outs too, because overall, we'll talk about that. But shout out to Mike Evans. Oh, no. Shout out to Scotty Miller. Scotty too hottie. Scotty too hottie. That's what I'm talking about. Scotty too hottie. You gotta give it to him. The dude, right now, you can say he's the number one receiver for right now. But he right now is either 1A or 1B right now. There's the way he's catching the balls, the way he's getting open. Brady has the utmost confidence in Scotty too hottie. Scotty too hottie with that seam route and that deep ball. That vertical route. Scotty is a vertical receiver. Not too much in between the hashes, but you get him on the outside, one-on-ones, man, he's gonna run by a lot of guys. And Brady gonna throw that nice vertical lob throw, one of his three best throws, seam route, vertical, and cut routes. I know the throws that Brady loves to make, and he's very confident in those throws. Scotty Miller throw, the vertical throw, the Justin Watson in cuts, the Mike Evans verticals, and the seam route. That's Brady's best throws. That's his best throws. Go back and watch the tape. Look at the throws. Forget the out route. Stop calling that. And shouts out to Mike Evans for toughing it out in the second half. A hurt ankle. We got injuries will derail this team. The only way that we will lose games is we beat ourselves in injuries. It's just going to be really tough. So now we got to remember, sometimes injuries, you can mask injuries if you got depth, but at some point, injuries do catch up with you. And every team in the NFL have the same problems that the Bucs got. But the difference is the Bucs got some depth to overcome this. Now, how long can we last like this? It remains to be seen. I think we can last quite a bit. But at some point, we're not going to go 15-1. Y'all know that. I don't even think we're going to go 14-2. I think y'all know that. But y'all know my record, 11-5. But we'll see. We might win a couple games that I said we were going to lose, right? But we're a playoff team. We just got to complete some games. Also, I want to give a shout out to, and these are like small shouts. OJ Howard, speedy recovery to you, man. This is offensive shout outs. Speedy recovery to you. Speedy recovery, man. It sucks, man. It sucks to see a guy that was starting to kind of get a rhythm with Brady and kind of start showing his talents. Big play receptions, huge yardage in his catches. Not a lot of catches, but he was catching passes down the field. Achilles injury, that's the reports done for the season. He was up for his contract. And man, it sucks how the game works, man. Like, you don't want to see stuff like that, but damn, man, like just when he started to kind of like get a rhythm and boom, this hurt. So OJ Howard, get well, man. Speedy recovery. I don't know what your future holds with the Bucs because it remains to be seen. I'm not sure. But hopefully you get well, real quick, speedy recovery and a good rehabilitation. So OJ Howard, keep doing your thing, man. Hold your head up, man. Hold your head up. You can come back from this. Um, I don't remember what play it was, but he did. Yeah, it was like I guess it might have been that touchdown catch. I don't know. It was maybe the scene. I don't know when he tore it, but it came out of nowhere. Like he looked fine, and then all of a sudden the report said he tore his ACL. I'm like, what the hell? Like, so shouts out to OJ Howard with a couple catches, and I'm gonna give a small one catch shout out to WW Gronk. One catch for 23 yards. It was an important catch. A good throw by Brady, a seam route, one of his patented throws that he's comfortable with. And I don't know why the Bucs don't. Bruce Arians and Byron Leftwich make the game easier for Brady. Give him his throws that he's very, very comfortable with, that he's been throwing for 20 years. Seam route to the tight ends, sideline verticals to the receivers or tight ends, and dump offs to the running backs. Those are the three throws he's very, very comfortable with. He's not a tight window guy unless it's one-on-one. All that option route and the speed out crap, no. Give him his throws that he's comfortable with. Verticals, seam route, and cut routes. That's his three throws. His three throws that he's elite in. One-on-one verticals, seam route, a little dump off to the running backs and the receivers. That's it. Just if you stick to that game plan, Brady's going to have a really good season. And no more pick sixes. Now, on the defensive side, let me get some shout outs on to the defensive side. So, okay, Lavonte David played really well. It's not too much shout outs on the defense because they let a rookie quarterback kind of shred you a little bit. But the defense did come alive in the second half, especially in the fourth quarter. You know what I'm saying? Lavonte David had a lot of tackles. He was all over the field. Carlton Davis had an interception. Jordan White had a sack. I think Shaq Bear had a sack too. The run defense held up. Granted, Austin Eckler was hurt. Like the Chargers, if they could just stay healthy. Now, I got to cut this real quick. If the Chargers can stay healthy, they have a hell of a roster. Now, I'm a football fan and I'm a Bucs fan. But I got to admit, if the Chargers was healthy, I would love to see this matchup with a healthy Chargers team. Like, really, with a healthy Chargers. I hope we play them again next year because I want to play them healthy. I really do. But they have a really good roster. They do. They have good players. They just can't stay healthy. They're the most injury-prone team I've seen in a long time. Every year, hurt. And they can't win games 7 points or less. They just can't win close games. Anthony Lynn is coaching for his job. He's a conservative coach. He doesn't play to win. He's a close to the best coach. And that's his downfall. And I had to break that off because I want you Bucs fans to understand that a victory is a victory, but you got to give the Chargers some credit that they hung with the Bucs with an injury-riddled roster, missing like 8 starters, and they gave us a run. So there's a little concern right there. Do a healthy Chargers team beat us? With 3 healthy O-linemen with Derwin James and Chris Harris Jr. and Melvin Ingram? Do they beat us with a healthy Austin? Like, you get what I'm saying? I like the Chargers roster. They have a really good roster, just got to stay healthy. But anyway, back to the defense. I think they need to change coaches, though. I think Chargers need to move on from Anthony Lynn. I think he's just not the coach for Justin Herbert. I don't know why, but I don't like his game. I don't like his coaching with the Chargers. The Chargers got too good of a roster to be looking like that in the second half. But back to the defense. Gave up some plays that I was a little concerned about against a rookie quarterback. That's a little concern there. Giving up some deep plays. to some undrafted, like off the street receivers. I don't like that. I mean, these were big plays too, and you could say a regression, pass defensive wise, like pass defense, a regression, because if Justin Herbert can do that, then Matt Ryan and Patrick Mahomes and Drew Brees and Jared Goff and Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, even Dak Prescott. Do they shred the Bucs? You know what I'm saying? Like, see, you get what I'm saying? Like, they're just a concern. I think there was a slight regression in the secondary, just a slight regression. I think that's fixable, that's correctable. A couple of the blitz plays that were called in certain situations. Situational defense was a little questionable by Todd Bowles, but that's he can clean that up. Carlton Davis can clean up the grabby. He got to get his eyes on the ball. He got an interception, but there was a couple calls that he probably could have had 2 or 3 today if he just played a little bit better and be a little bit more aware. It's easy to catch balls thrown to you as a cornerback, like directly at you. You can't really miss those balls. Like, those are like gimme balls, but sometimes you got to make the tough interceptions that Keenan Allen catch. And that was a hell of a catch by Keenan Allen. You know what I'm saying? Like, Keenan Allen had a hell of a catch. But if Carlton Davis was a little bit more aware, he could have intercepted that ball. Because the ball was in your vicinity. Like, all you had to do was just pay attention. You knew the route. Just react on the ball a little better. But you did get an interception. So Carlton Davis just continued to get better. He got 2 interceptions this year. Before this year, he had 1 interception. So he got 2 this year. So he's playing better. He just got to tighten up on the technique. Murphy Bunting got burnt. Jordan Whitehead, Winfield Jr. got burnt. Jamel Dean was out there in some plays. But as far as the safety play is a little concerning. Not right now, but it's a little concerning because I say that there is a crink. There's a crack in the armor. It's not the defense has played good, for the first 4 weeks, but this is the first quarter report. Well, I'll give you a first quarter report later on, but the defense looked good in certain spots. They did. But overall, the defense was not there. A rookie quarterback shredded you a little bit. It was deep balls. And the lack of speed with the safeties is a little concerning. When we play explosive teams like the Chiefs and the Packers and all that, it's a little concerning because teams are going to watch film on that, with the safeties, with Jordan Whitehead. They're both in the box safeties for right now. Like, Jordan Whitehead is in box safety. Antoine Winfield Jr., not sure on him. Is he an out of box safety, or is he a game wrecker close to the line of scrimmage? Not sure on that right now. It's still early for Antoine Winfield Jr., but teams will take note of that at the safety position. They will take note of that. So just be careful moving forward. I was upset at that. I didn't like that because I got high expectations for the secondary. The secondary is much improved. So, very, very, there was some good and some bad in that, but we just got to tighten up in the secondary, man. The linebackers. Devin White was quiet today. Devin White was pretty quiet today. Pretty quiet. I didn't hear a peep from him. I don't know what's going on there. I mean, maybe the game plan was, to get away from him, but Devin White was very, very quiet today. And when you are an all-pro linebacker, when you are a top 5 linebacker, you make impact every game. Every game. You have some sort of impact every game. If you want to do the Bobby Wagners, the Luke Kuechly's, the KJ Wrights, the Mario Davises, you have to make impact. The Darius Leonards, you can't go missing in a game like that. And I like Devin White. He's a good guy. He's a good player. Very top 10 linebacker. But you can't go missing like that. You have to make some plays. You have to make an impact because we're going to need you, Devin White. So it's okay. A little underwhelming performance, Devin White, but it's okay. Levante David made up for it. You know what I'm saying? Pass rush. Pass rush. Like I said, if we don't blitz, we struggle. And there is no, like, the almost don't count. Like, the almost get to him and don't get to him. Like, a couple touchdown passes, they almost got to him. But almost doesn't count because it ended up being a touchdown. So I don't know if Shaq Barrett is not in shape. JPP had a quiet game. And Dominican Sue had a quiet game rushing the passer. We still got to blitz to get sacks. Like, I think that's going to continue. I think that's helpful for the defense because when we blitz, we give up big plays. So that's the thing that I'm a little concerned about. It's when we blitz, we expose ourselves to big plays against better receiving cores. The Chargers' receiving core was missing Mike Williams, missing Austin Eckler, the dump offs and all that stuff like that. So what do we do moving forward? That should be correctable. We got to be able to get pressure with just 4 guys. Like sometimes you just got to drop 7. You know, the exotic blitzes are timely blitzes, but we're one of the most blitzing teams in the NFL. So that's not going to stop, but it's when you blitz. You know, when you blitz, you got to time that correctly. Though the normal blitzes is fine, like the 5-man blitzes and all that stuff like that. But the all-out blitzes, when you leave the quarterbacks one-on-one on the island, you have to be careful, Todd Bowles. And you saw that today. You just got exposed with the deep balls, and teams are going to pick up on that. As the season goes, as everybody get in the rhythm, people will take note of that. When you have certain looks, when you blitz it, and we saw it today with the Chargers. Okay, special teams, missed field goal. It's okay. I missed field goal. I mean, I'm glad it didn't come back to bite us. We overcome poor play in the first half, a missed field goal, and we were able to get the victory. So tighten up on the field goal kicking. I'm not concerned about it right now. You know what I'm saying? We'll be okay. It just happens. You know, we can't go 38 for 38 with field goals and all that stuff like that because we're going to score a lot of points. We're going to have short fields because of the defense. But just a slight concern. That's all. Just tighten up a little bit. Maybe there was technique by Ryan Suckup. It was technique. I watched the kick. It wasn't a bad kick. Just hooked it. That's all. You know, and he'll get better. You know, just improve. You know, that's okay. Now the punt return unit, Mickens. A little disappointed in you, fam. There's a couple punts back there, man, that you had some yards ahead of you, and you, for some strange reason, couldn't get away. You know, you had some yards, and you didn't take advantage of. You caught the punt return, and you had a good 7-10 yards in front of you to make a decision, and you couldn't take advantage of that. So I'm a little concerned about that. Actually, I'm always concerned about that. Sometimes in that one of these games down the road, man, the punt return unit gonna have to make a play. You know, Sandoval 813. We need to trade for a defensive tackle, pass rusher, create pressure. Sue and Golson ain't enough. Warren Sapp spoke on this, and if you watch this game, our pressure up the middle is just, I mean, it's not great. If we don't get to the quarterback via blitzing, then we got a problem. I will say that. If we don't blitz, we have a problem. It's not a huge problem, but it's a problem. Because our pass rush up the gut, and Sapp spoke on this. He said, man, our pass rush up the middle is just not good enough. You know, and we're lacking, I think we're lacking some explosion in the 5 technique, the William Golson, the Villave, and the Dominican Sue. Those 3 guys they're big men. They're good for stopping the run. But we don't have a race car package. You know, like this is what I was saying, like our depth, like to come in, you know, with 3-4 more new guys and have a NASCAR package for third downs. We don't have a NASCAR package. Nacho Nunez, he's not good. His depth is poor. He's just not good enough as a backup. Have you heard? Has he done anything this year? He talked a lot of noise in the offseason. Those guys are built to stop the run. They're built to stop the run. They're not built to rush the passer, except for Shaq Barrett and occasionally, like JPP, if he can get you some leverage, we good on that. But the pressure up the middle, if we don't blitz, you saw it this game. We don't get any pressure. Chargers had 3 offensive linemen missing. Good linemen. Brian Bulaga, Trey Turner, and Marquise Pouncey. You would think that the Bucs front line would good enough, don't have to blitz, but they couldn't even get past backups. So that's a concern as well. But I think these are things that we got to just get better on, and we got to improve and figure out a way. And as the season goes, as these guys get in football shape, the pass rush hopefully gets better from Shaq Barrett, JPP, and the interior pass rush. Because William Golson, man, it's like it's not a pass rushing guy. And some of these games we're gonna need that. We're gonna need you gotta beat your guy one-on-one. But they're not. They're big guys, so they're not elusive. They're not the Philly D line. They're not the Rams D line. They're not the Vikings D line. You know what I'm saying? Like the D line that got speed on the edges, like really good consistency at the middle. The Redskins D line. You know what I'm saying? Like we got to blitz. Like it's just plain. It's plain to see. We got to blitz. What else? Coaching. Execution. We got to be able to play a full game. I have yet to see this team play a full game, full fourth quarter, full 4 quarters, straight up, every quarter, solid, looking good, dominating, and stopping teams every quarter, holding the teams to drives, 3 and outs. We got to put together 4 quarters. If you want to win the Super Bowl, we need 4 quarters. You got to have it. You got to have 4 quarter games because as the season progresses, as teams get more and more tape on this team, the things that we're doing right now against bad defenses, you think that's going to fly in the playoffs? Or do you think that that's going to fly against better defenses, better coached teams? We're not playing the Anthony Lynn's and the Matt Rules and the Vic Vangios in the playoffs. Those coaches are not even close to Bruce Arians. They're not even close. You get what I'm saying? So we got the victory, but you got to understand the coaching has to get better. The play calling has to get more consistent. Ran the ball for running backs 24 times. Threw the ball 46 times. That's no risk and no biscuit. 46 throws, 24 runs. But it was 20 of those runs were, 20 carries for 111 yards by Ronald Jones. Is that going to be the norm for the Bucs? No. 46 throws and 24 runs. That's way off balance. Remember I told y'all, balance. We got to figure out a way to get balance. It's going to get tougher, folks. Got the Bears coming to town. You think the Bears just going to lay down? Then after that, the Packers. We still got to play the Saints defense. Even though they still look, I don't know how we lost that. We lost the Saints game. It's just like we could be 4-0 right now. We could have been. I don't know if the Saints defense are going to look the same in week 9, but I don't know. They might look better. I don't know. Barring no injuries, I don't know. They play us tough anyway. Packers defense. You know what I'm saying? The Chiefs defense has been playing pretty good. The Rams defense is always solid. They got all pros at each level, pretty much. So we're not going to be playing the Anthony Lynn's and the Vic Vangios and the Matt Rules every week. So let's get these victories. Let's look good doing it. Let's improve in all areas of the game. Because as these coaches get better and better, it's going to get more interesting. The more the season goes, the more tape you got on team tendencies. The Bucs have tendencies in certain situations. They do. They have situational tendencies. I see that as a fan. We're 3-1, but we have some tendencies that we got to clean up. We can't look like this. We can't look like we looked in the first half against better teams. Because against better teams, we're getting shredded. Can't do it against the Ravens. Can't do it against the Chiefs, Seahawks, Patriots. Well-coached teams. Buffalo Bills. Sean Payton's a good coach too, so you can't look like that against better. The Colts looking really good defensively. You can't do that the 49ers defense. You can't do it. It's unacceptable. We got to play better. We got to coach better because we're going to be facing better coach teams, more disciplined, better teams, better put together teams. You can't play like this, like you played against the Chargers in the first half against better teams. You just can't do it. You can't do it. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool beating these little rinky dinky teams and throwing for 400 yards, running for 100 yards. But what does it look like against better defenses? Remember I told y'all about these games. These games are confident boosting games. Confident boosting games. Get the confidence up, get the swag going, and you play with confidence when you play the Bears, the Packers, the Chiefs, the Ravens in the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? So these games that we got to work on. We got to work on, folks. The Niners got a tough defense. You know what I'm saying? When they get healthy. You get what I'm saying? And be sure to like the live stream. I see a lot of folks in here. We almost got 100 people in the live stream. Like the live stream, man. We got a lot of people in the chat room right now. A lot of folks talking amongst each other. I'm reading out super chats when it comes up. But yeah, coaching. And that was my last subject, man. Coaching just got to get better, man. Todd Bowles and Bruce Arians. Just got to come out with a full game plan. I like these little spurts that the Bucs do. They have these first 15 plays scripted, and they look really good. And then they just bog down after that. But you do see improvement, though, because they bogged down after the first quarter, but they picked it up in the second half, especially the fourth quarter. Like, they went a little tempo. The Bucs went tempo, and it gave the Chargers problems because the Scotty Miller drive, the Scotty Too Hotty drive, the deep ball to Scotty Miller, and then turn around, Scotty Miller touchdown. That was tempo. New England style. You got to pay attention, folks, to little things that you don't pay attention to. Slowly implementing New England style. Tempo. That was a quick 3-play drive. That was a typical no risky, no biscuit, 3-play, flashy, 3-point shot, Golden State, Houston Rockets type thing. We can get away with that. Of course you can. Tempo. The Bucs were never a tempo team. Never a tempo. Patriots were. Slowly implementing what Brady likes to do. And then letting Brady get a little more free reins in calling the plays at the line. Or when you see tempo, opportunity to go tempo, go tempo. And that's what Brady did with the Scotty Too Hotty touchdown drive. Scotty Miller, touchdown, Scotty Miller. Tempo. I mean, Brady finished 30 for 46, 369 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 1 interception, pick 6. That's 4 pick 6s in the last 6 games. It's like, man, what's going on with that? You know? But he made up for that. 5 touchdowns. That's what we want to see. You got to be able to come over that. I mean, I hate that stupid out route. And it's always a Justin Watson. Why do they run that route with Justin Watson? Why is it always him? Stop throwing the out route to Justin Watson. Can we just get rid of that play? Why can't we get rid of the out route? Why can't we just get rid of that stupid out route? Why is that in the playbook for Tom Brady? That is the worst throw he can make. That ball never looks good when he does that throw. Like, I don't know. I've seen this throw 3 times with Brady. It's like every time you're like, man, nah, man. Like, that's not the throw for Brady, man. Like, that's not his throw, man. You gotta scrap that throw, man. For real, Bound Nevish. You gotta scrap that no risky, no biscuit speed out throw, man. You gotta scrap that. That's just not gonna cut it, man. Can't do that, man. I mean, come on. How many fans want to see that speed out, whether it's by Evans, Watson, Miller, Godwin? How many of y'all want that play out the playbook? How many of y'all want Byron Leftwich to scrap that? Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs up. You want Byron to scrap that play? You want to see Byron scrap that play? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Yes, no. Short side of the field. What? Yes, no. So I see some of y'all want to keep the play. So, okay, you wish. Why do you want to keep that play? That play is always doomed for interceptions, man. I don't know why Brady won't say, I'm not throwing that ball. Brady needs to be dirting that. If it ain't like, if he just feels like it in there, just dirt it. I don't care if he throws an ugly ball over Justin Watson here, whoever running that route. Throw it over the head. But just that ball, it just, every time he throws that ball, it's always inside. It's never accurate. That's not Brady's strength. No. In my DNA voice, no. Get rid of the out route. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Thumbs up. Get rid of the out route. Anyway, let's see what else. Ronald Jones, 20 carries, 111 yards. Keyshawn Vaughn had a couple runs. He's gonna get more acclimated, and he had a touchdown catch. But Mike Evans, 7 catches for 122 yards on a bad ankle, 17 yards per catch, 1 touchdown. He's out there hobbling. Is he going to be ready for Thursday? Yeah, he'll play Thursday. He's got to play. The ankle's going to be swollen. Mike Evans is going to have a swollen ankle. He is. Trust me, when you play football before, I don't care what level. If you play on a sprained ankle or a moderate sprained ankle, and you're playing on adrenaline. Mike Evans was playing on adrenaline in this game. He might took a pain killing shot halftime, but he was playing on adrenaline. He's playing on adrenaline, but when he stopped playing, that ankle's going to swell up. It's going to be aggravating. So don't expect Mike Evans to be 100% this game. It's a risky play, but we gotta play the Bears, and we gotta have him on the field. I hope he plays a safe game, a clean game. He doesn't re-aggravate the ankle injury. So let's keep our prayers on that. Let's see what else. We came out the game mostly healthy, besides Mike Evans and O.J. Howard. That's a huge loss. O.J. Howard had 3 catches for 50 yards and a touchdown. That's a huge loss. So expect to see a lot more Rob Gronkowski in the passing game. Like, there's no choice. Like, there's no choice now. Like, as much as BA tried to kind of like sparingly use WW Gronk, he's got to use him now, and he's got to use Cameron Brate more now. You know, we got to use Cameron Brate more now. It's just what it is. We're going to see a lot more Cameron Brate. Now there's a little drop off athleticism wise. It's a drop off between him and OJ Howard. Actually, OJ Howard was the most athletic tight end on the team. If you actually look at it, he was the number 1 tight end on the team. But now there is a little drop off athleticism, like getting down the field, like those throws that Brady was making to OJ Howard. That's not Cameron Brate's game. He doesn't have the speed. He's like a 4.8 guy, 4.7 guy. Gronkowski's not the fastest guy anymore at his size. He's a big target, but so there is some plays that we ran with OJ Howard that is not going to work with Cameron Brate and Rob Gronkowski. Now, Rob Gronkowski is really good with the seam route. Gronkowski is really good with seam routes, but his him breaking in and out of routes he doesn't have the quick twitch muscles or the legs to do that OJ Howard stuff. They use OJ Howard for the big plays like that. Gronkowski can run straight to the field. He's a straight line speed guy now, and it looks like it hurts when he runs. He's a straight seam guy now. You see the route that Brady threw, the seam route? That's Gronkowski route right there. Anything outside of that, 0 to 7 yards. He just doesn't have he's not in football shape, and he just doesn't have the same burst or athleticism. He's a 31-year-old with a 40-something-year-old NFL body. Let's call it how we see it, folks. So he's going to have to step up. More seam routes, more quick dump-off routes, tight end screens. Cameron Brate. He's going to have to step up. I know he's not athletic like that, but it was a reason why he didn't get a lot of plays prior to O.J. Howard's injury. They felt more explosive with O.J. Howard than Cameron Brate. O.J. Howard was the number 1 tight end, not Cameron Brate. Cameron Brate was number 3. So now, the good thing about Cameron Brate, he has experience. He can play football. So he's a possession tight end. He's not a big play O.J. Howard, George Kittle, Hayden Hurst, Mark Andrews, Darren Waller. Don't expect that out of Cameron Brate. Make sure your expectations is reasonable for Cameron Brate. He's a good player, but he's limited. Make sure your expectations matches. Make sure your expectations matches the player in Cameron Brate. Because if you think Cameron Brate's going to come in here and do way better than O.J. Howard, you're mistaken. As far as explosive plays. Now, can he play better than O.J. Howard overall? O.J. Howard blocks better. He's faster. He's more explosive. He's most athletic. So it's hard to see Cameron Brate upgrading. We didn't upgrade the tight end position. Cameron Brate is a regular tight end. He's a good red zone guy. He can make timely, contested catches. A separation from Cameron Brate, you're not going to get separation with Cameron Brate routes. Or with Gronkowski. That throw that Brady made, it had to be perfect. There was no separation there between Gronkowski and the linebacker. So there was a little drop-off with O.J. Howard not playing. So we got to overcome that too. I would say Gronkowski and Cameron Brate need to be stick movers. I'm going to call them stick movers. Not explosiveness, non-explosive plays, that's okay. I'm okay with that. But the Cameron Brate, WWE Gronk, is going to be stick moving tight ends. Get the first down, 5 and in, square ends and stuff like that. Like, just get those routes in, like the intermediate routes. Just let them clean up. But we'll be okay. We got Scotty Tuhati, and we got Scotty Tuhati, we got Justin Watson, we got Mike Edwards at 80% probably. Chris Godwin might be back Thursday. He might be out this game. So we'll be okay. What else? LeSean McCoy, man. Fam. LeSean McCoy. LeSean McCoy, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know about LeSean McCoy, folks. As the season go along, man, his burst gone. His burst is gone. His football, like, he missed a block, got Brady legs almost taken out. I hope they seen that on tape. I know Bruce Arians seen that. But if Ronald Jones do that, Ronald Jones gets snatched out of the game. LeSean McCoy misses a blitz pickup. And then LeSean McCoy was hurt. It's like people got hyped up, and I told y'all, you didn't see BucosLocker get hyped up with LeSean McCoy. I did not get hyped up over that. Put some juice back there. Let's see what Keyshawn Vaughn got. He got juice. LeSean McCoy just don't have it. Saw the play, man. I was like, nah, man. Like, he had a little dump off, and he was trying to run. It was like he was running in quicksand. Like, nah, fam. Nah. Like, nah. Nah. I'd rather see Keyshawn Vaughn get the plays, man. Like, let's just put Keyshawn Vaughn in there for instead of McCoy. McCoy just don't have the juice anymore. No juice at all. Any injury prone, which makes it even worse. So you do what you want. You can do what you want with that, but yeah, LeSean McCoy just looked like he kind of washed up. 32 years old. Just 1, 2, 3 yard catches, man. Nah, that ain't gonna cut it, fam. Like 1, 2 yard catches ain't gonna cut it, fam. Missing blocks on third down. You're a veteran guy, man. You're 32 years old, man. Your time is up, man. Like, I'm just gonna keep it real. Like, let's go ahead and put Keyshawn Vaughn in there. Let's see what the rookie got. He got a little more juice in him. a little more burst. Like, he can catch the ball. Let's see what he got. Third round pick. It's time to put him in there. Fournette, or Ronald Jones, and Keyshawn Vaughn. That's the three backs. And if LeSean McCoy don't pick it up, I'm afraid he might get cut. I mean, he's taking up a roster spot. He said, Sean. So yeah, this is a good one. T Brate fan 208 2008. LeSean McCoy is Charlie Garner 2.0. That's how he looked right now. And he looks worse than that. That boy was running in cement, quicksand. Like, he didn't look good at all, man. Like, you can see it. You can see it in his body language. He got hurt, and I don't even know when he got hurt. It was almost like, how did you get hurt? Like, you came up limping and all this stuff. Like, but the problem is we don't have a pass-catching running back, and maybe Keyshawn Vaughn can be that guy. But because Ronald Jones is just not the guy on third down. We need a third down back. I think the Bucs can find a way to get a third down running back. Throw Keyshawn Vaughn in there, see what's popping. But some strange reason, we just might have to get another third down running back. Because LeSean McCoy, I don't think he's going to last 16 games. His body language tells me that. But yep. Other than that, man, Levante had 10 tackles, man. Devin White had 1 tackle, 3 assists. Like, man, that can't happen, Devin White. I just was watching you a little bit, and I didn't say nothing during the game, during the live stream, but Devin White, man, you was like non-existent, bro. If you want to be a Levante David, a Luke Kuechly, a Bobby Wagner, you're the 5th pick of the draft, man. You got to play like it. You got to be able to affect the game, and you didn't do anything to affect the game. I don't know, were you sick, you hurt, but Devin White, you've been playing good, man, but you can't have games like this. You got to affect the game. 1 tackle and 3 assists. Come on, man, tighten up. Yeah, the Chargers had a hell of a game, man. They was chucking the ball all over the place. Justin Herbert, 20 for 25, 290 yards, and a pick. 3 touchdowns and a pick. Rookie quarterback doing that? Yeah, Devin White, man. I'm a little concerned there, man. Just a little concerned with the Devin White situation, man. Like, the last 2 games, you just gotta. You're the 5th pick of the draft. You can't play like that. 5th pick of the draft, gotta do better. It's just what it is. But I'm not gonna say it's a bad game. I mean, you're still a top level player, but you'll be okay. Just tighten up, man. I want to see you do good. You gotta affect the game, man. The Chargers had nothing in the running game. Nothing. They had nothing going in the running game at all. Let me see what else. We pretty much have the Chargers in check for the most part, outside of the deep plays. But a healthy Charger team, man, I think would have been in trouble. I think a healthy Charger defense, we would have been in huge trouble. That's just my personal opinion. Just watching the game, a healthy Chris Harris, a Melvin Ingram, 3 tighten up on those penalties, man. Time of possession, 34 minutes to their 25. I mean, we outplayed them in every facet of the game. Like, we're supposed to win the game, folks. We're supposed to win the game. But anyway, there you have it, folks. The Bucs win 38-31 in the shootout. The 49ers won. The Panthers won and the Saints won. They're 2-2, both of them, and we're 3-1. We're 1 game. We're winning the division right now. We're 1 game up, and just keep up the good work. With that being said, shouts out to everybody in the chat room. Thank you for joining the live stream. Thank you for coming into the locker room after the game and having some locker room talk with BucosLocker. It was good talking with you guys. I seen the comment section. I seen the super chats. Appreciate everybody with the super chats. But I got to wrap this video up and get ready for tomorrow. With that being said, shouts out to all the bandits, everybody out there in the chat room, all the bandits, all the powers. Keep doing your thing. Keep supporting the channel. BucosLocker, see you. And Big Dog, your $25 Amazon gift card is coming. So I'm going to get right on that. With that being said, this is BucosLocker. Thank you for joining Locker Room Talk. That being said, subscribe, like, comment, share on all the videos. Make sure you hit the notification bell icon to notify you on all new videos live or uploaded to this channel. Folks, we're 3-1. Be happy. I know you was mad in the first half. I was. But they came through. We're 3-1. With that being said, I want you to fire those cannons, seize the day, raise the flag, no risk it. We gotta go get the biscuit, folks. Hashtag ain't no chill. Hashtag no excuses. And you know the last hashtag. Hashtag Super Bowl or bust. BucosLocker out. Good night.